period. Pomar Junction Vineyard and Winery. Visit us on the web, pomarjunction.com, or visit us on Facebook at Pomar Junction Vineyard and Winery. Great wines from Pomar Junction.
Welcome back to the show, folks. I am Fred Dreyer, along with Michael Horn, strapped in here at 60,000 feet, cruising along at Mach 15. We stepped up the...
We did step it up.
Thank you,
Scotty.
Yeah, we got the guys...
I got her all going.
Yeah, we unplugged the porn machine back there and got people, to focus in on what the heck we're doing here. And we're about over South Africa right now.
Adjust that knob over there to your right, would you? That'll do it for you. I think we're okay.
So we were saying that this could possibly be the beginning of the ride down in terms of the Republican Party. That does not mean. I hope
you're wrong.
Well, of course, that does not mean that that anybody, probably Mitt Romney and or Santorum, could not beat in the debate Barack Obama, as long as they hold the narrative. What is the narrative? It's exactly what Mitt Romney said. It's exactly what Rick Santorum said. The soul of the country is at a low ebb. That's true. There's more than just fixing the shocks and aligning the front end on the car.
Right.
There's finding out how the car was driven, who drove it, how it's being driven now, and how to correct the problem. A Ferrari is not meant to go off road. This country is now being abused and used in a way that it's never been done before. That's why it's not responding to anything. All of this is propaganda. It's all lies. You have a Muhammad Atta in the White House. I said this a long time ago when we first started doing this show, Mike, that this guy is a terrorist. He has every intention of sinking the country. And as far as he's concerned, if it wasn't for the Tea Party last November, he'd be well on his way to sinking this place and turning everything over to the government, getting rid of these, taking over the banks, getting rid of the middle class, and putting everybody on a government stipend and a government union, just like Western Europe is doing right now. A couple of things were said by Santorum in a couple of his speeches last week leading up into this, before the weekend, and that was that he said that we are now going down the road of Western Europe, and that has to be hit. That's what I mean about controlling the narrative. You have to grab what's happening in America and hold on to it and tell people, educate people to get them to understand what Barry is doing is selling you a old model that has failed for the last 135 years and wherever it's been. And it's sinking every country in the EU right now. Every country is 6 or 7 of the big Western ones, except probably for Germany, that are on the bubble of collapsing. The economy's collapsing. The euro is collapsing. They're thinking about going back to to the old standard of every country has their own currency, which I believe they should do. And so what you wind up getting. What you wind up getting here now is that there's an opportunity for the Republican Party to grab the narrative and to hold it and to talk about it. And if they don't do it, they're going to get beat, believe me.
It's a good possibility, especially if they start doing smoke and mirrors and putting Hillary on the ticket.
Well, if Hillary comes in and they don't have have captured the conservative base of the Tea Party, by then, you'll never see a conservative or a Republican in the White House again.
What has happened to the Tea Party? We have not heard from anybody from the Tea Party at all.
They went. Well, remember, the Tea Party was a movement.
It was a movement.
It wasn't an organization to join. It wasn't a politic. It was a sentiment of going back to the roots of our founding, and so all of those people that were in charge of those precincts and communicating that feeling has gone underground right now, and is working on the infrastructure locally, and all politics are local. So what we're getting now is we got candidates. We got one candidate, Rick Santorum, who popped up here surprisingly to everybody when people realized that, you know something, he is the voice. He is conservative. He is the direction. Now, what you need to do is you need to throw some money at this guy, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to see, as Newt goes after Mitt, you're going to see the rest of the party go after Santorum. You're going to see the Republican Party go after Santorum. And then after that, you know, each place they go, you know, they're going to do Mitt's work for him. Because if the base sees that Mitt Romney is now chewing after and chewing up Rick Santorum, they're not going to like it, and they're not going to support him in the general election.
So someone else has got to do that work.
Well, somebody else has to do it.
Yeah.
And so I've always been very aware of who has the narrative and who is the one throwing the bombs and who is the one that is watching what is happening to the party. You got to protect the party through this process, you know. And if you don't, you're going to expect the consequences, you know. There's more to talk about, so don't go away, folks. We'll be right back.